places. One is called Empress of China, and other places called China Doll. Is giving this place a run for their money, baby. Debate your mom. You hear me? Debate your mom. And that's all I gotta say.
Second that because she bought them egg rolls over here one day and I was like, damn. So and I've been going ever since. I don't really care for Empress of China food, but the egg
They
rolls.
food be good to me, but I know Senior said the same thing.
Okay.
He said the same thing. So he was like their food just was all right. But
Mm-hmm.
China doll should be whap. China doll food be whapping. With that they the ones who started getting me to eat that. I tried that
Chocho.
no, not the chocho from
Everybody
here.
loved the
But I like their
chocho.
chochos too. But I don't know if that's the first place I had a chocho from. I'm not sure. But they little spicy mustard.
Okay.
That spicy mustard. It open you up, but
Mm.
Lord Jesus, that spicy mustard be so good on chicken
I'm
for
gonna have to
sure.
try that.
Yes, it's delicious. So, Brian, be
What's going
more.
on?
How was your week, hon?
The week was good. I went to Lake Charles this week. Took Macy with me. Got
Mhm.
permission from her principal for her to be virtual this week.
Which was really nice.
That's really nice. And we got to bond a bit. She
Okay.
got bored towards the end, like
Oh.
hella bored, and I understand.
Yeah, she was in the room the
She
whole
was in the
time.
room while I was at work.
Oh, yeah.
Don't call the police on me.
I mean,
But
it's better being in the hotel than in the damn house by yourself.
yeah. So but I had a good time otherwise. Had a good time at work. Is I love the people I work with.
Hmm.
So that
The people
and
in Lake Charles, or just the people you work with
the
in
people I work
general?
with in general. But
Okay,
the school that I worked at in Lake Charles, they were very nice and accommodating as well.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Other than that, I want to talk about this Shanquilla Robinson story.
Oh wow, we gonna say that for the pod?
Yeah, we can
Okay,
say that.
okay, cool, cool.
But I want to talk about that.
Yeah, that's fine. My week was pretty cool. We had a Thanksgiving dinner for the students. So we, basically kind of served them and different things like that. I was in charge of directing traffic and giving sanitizer.
Okay. That's an important
Pump,
role.
pump, pump. So yeah, I felt so. I
Uh-huh.
felt so. So I definitely enjoyed it. It was cool. And yeah, that's about it. This damn drop in the weather.
I love it.
I don't mind it, but my heater isn't working in my
Okay. Did you
car right
find
now.
did you find a space heater you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So last week, y'all, I left out of here because I was like, Brandy, I'm going to get me a heater for the room at my house because me and my child was cold one night, and baby, it's not going to happen again.
Mhm.
It's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
So I went and got a heater. Yes, ma'am, I did. But now, girl, it's just been so much with this. So I went to my office, whatever day that was that it rained really hard
Okay.
during the week.
Okay.
I walk in my office is wet.
Mm.
Parts of like there's a window, so they had like a puddle, and I picked up this tape dispenser and I flipped it over.
Oh.
Water just came out. I was like, whoa, okay.
The tape dispenser was in the windowsill?
Yes,
Okay.
but even so, there's about this much space for me to walk. Right, there's about this much space for me to walk. So I went through that space and to get to my desk, and they had like a little puddle kind of right there too. So I'm figuring the water was how it was coming or whatever. A lot of it must have just got in there. Some of it dropped. Like I don't know. I was like, all right,
Might need
but
a
we
little
just
sealant or something.
I don't know, but we just moved on, and then when the temperatures dropped, it was cold in the office, and they talking about oh, the employees responsible for their own heaters.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
You
I was
ain't tell
like,
me that at orientation.
I was like, okay, that's how we rolling over. Okay, so all right. So other than that, environmental issues and all of that stuff, everything has been everything. Nothing too much to complain about, and make no sense to complain about. So
Okay. Cool. Cool.
so
Cool.
your topic for the week.
So before we get into my actual topic, I do just want to get your thoughts on the Shanquilla Robinson story. I just want to know. Let's just talk about it real quick. It's very upsetting, and it's a very real thing. The Somebody on Facebook was like, "Well, we need to unpack this." It's nothing to unpack. That was just simple, straight up
Had to be.
jealousy, and that's
But they said it'll kill, and apparently
because
it did.
I think it's very common in friend groups that somebody is gonna be jealous for whatever reason. This girl she probably didn't have nothing. I don't know. I don't know her personally. I don't know them. What I'm saying is people just be jealous for no reason. Just because you just have a good personality and people flock to you, people get jealous. And
Don't hit the table.
okay.
Mhm.
And it just really upset me because I have been in a friendship like that, and which is why I really am to myself a lot now. And I was just thinking about my daughter and her friend groups, and her friend groups are going to change a lot because
Right.
she's very young.
Mhm.
And I just kind of had to have a talk with her, like, just be careful who you
Mhm.
hanging with, who you call friend, who call you friend, because everybody is not your friend.
Yeah. I mean, all you can do is pray for a discerning spirit of people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you can't pray that she don't be with nobody or is a hermit, because that's not good.
Right.
But just pray that she can see it, and if she can't see it, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, she has to see it. She has to be the one to see
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing. Um,
Had you ever had any friends like that?
Possibly,
Mm-hmm.
possibly, and that's probably why we're not friends today. So yeah, I mean, I've had friend groups where I felt like not people were really jealous, but well, it might have been, but I'm gonna say no. It's just I've had friend groups that have grown apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like some of the people I can't say that because my best friend has been my best friend since we were in the fourth grade.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a long time. And out of all of those years, we only really had like one fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now we had disagreements or whatever, and we've talked about it and bounced back from it or whatever. But yeah, I have friends from, like I said, the fourth grade. I have people that are still my friends from high school that I still hang out with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm not so easily or not so easy to call people my friend either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't associate myself with a lot of people in that way. I don't feel the need to be, popular and all of that. I mean, we go through things because I remember when I really learned how to be comfortable with being by myself.
Mm.
I mean, even though I'm an only child, I've
Mm-hmm.
been by myself. But, when you get friend groups
Mm-hmm.
and you know, especially in college, you want to go with them to the calf and y'all
Mm-hmm.
want to do this together and that together and all of that stuff. And then at some point when the friend group kind of just started to disintegrate a little bit, you looking like, well what I'm gonna do? Well,
Mm-hmm.
how I'm gonna. But then, when you really know you want to go and do something, you get your ass up and go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember at one point, going to breakfast in the calf
Mm-hmm.
by myself on Saturdays or whatever, because my friend group either left to go home for the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and my friend group, a lot of them didn't stay, weren't from New Orleans,
Okay.
so they might have gone home for the weekend or something, or they just don't get up early on Saturdays. But you want breakfast. You want one of them damn waffles from the calf.
Grits used to be good too.
Yeah, I used to just get like a half a waffle,
Mm-hmm.
man. And yeah, I used that was the time I couldn't wait for because no other time I could wake up to go to breakfast. So on the weekends, because it was late, is when I would go. Um, but yeah, so I had to learn that lesson early on in my years. So yeah, I'm not so easy to call people friend, but that's jacked up. And I have traveled with females before, and I don't recall having a whole lot of issues. I've had issues before, but I felt like also that friend was just she was crazy.
Let me tell you something. I'm planning the 40th birthday and I'm really torn. Like, I really just want to go somewhere and be on the beach and chill. And is one person in particular that I invited that I'm just like in my spirit is like, don't invite this girl. But I did. And maybe
Well, if it's meant
she
for her to
won't
go,
come.
yeah. If it's meant for her to go, she'll go, and if not, she won't. Like I don't know. Personally, I just get along with everybody,
Mhm.
and I get along with everybody just
I do
because
too, but she
I
doesn't get along with people.
yeah and there's always the people who always want to say that are the ones who want friends,
Mhm.
but you know what I'm saying, just socially awkward on some
Mhm.
shit,
Mhm.
and that's why they can't get along with other people or just confrontational on some
Mhm.
shit. But I pretty much get along with them. Now I don't like everybody.
Mhm.
I don't like everybody, but I can get along with anybody,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, no, I don't like her, but I'm not about to be in a room with her and
It's
being weird
ugly.
or
Mhm.
awkward. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? I'm going to vibe with the way that the party is vibing, but that don't mean I have to pretend with, oh yeah, girl. Da, da." I ain't got to do all that. I ain't got to touch you. I ain't really have to talk to you unless it permits for us to have a discussion on something. And even if you try to call yourself being, I guess, messy or whatever, and talk to me, I'ma still talk to you. You know what I'm saying? But again, that don't mean I have to kiki with you after this, because
Right.
that's or too much of it.
Right.
So yeah, it is a shame,
Mhm.
but I don't think people were saying yeah, because that's why I don't. But everybody not like that.
No.
Everybody not
No.
like that at all. So rest in peace to that sister.
Mhm.
Praying for her family and some type of resolution and healing and forgiveness and all of that other stuff.
Justice.
Yeah,
Peace.
for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a piece about it. Yeah, definitely. But I think I doubt you'll ever heal as a parent from something like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, but rest in power to that young woman.
All right. Well, moving on.
Yes.
My topic is,
Brady.
as I am approaching 40 and just kind of like doing some inventory and looking back the years. uh,
Hilarious.
just thinking about stuff in my life that has happened, traumas, victories, everything.
Mhm.
What are some things that you are unlearning at this age or at this time in your life, or as you are planning to move forward in your life? Are there things that you finding that you have to unlearn?
Uh, I am unlearning that I don't have to, sometimes I have to be uncomfortable
Mm.
in certain situations. Like, you don't have to always have somebody to talk to, or
Mhm.
you don't have to have a significant other. Like, it's okay to not, because I remember back in the day, and I felt as though it was because when people asked me, I just said yeah. And I mean, if I thought the guy was cute, but my friends used to always say in high school, girl, you always keep a boyfriend. Like, you always keep a boyfriend. It probably was a jealousy thing too, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, but it was always stuck on me because it
Mhm.
made it seem like, you just always, and I'm like, well, no, it's just so happened. I mean, I'm not talking to this person anymore. And somebody expressed
And I'm
interest and I'm
on to
getting
the
to know.
next. Oh, on
Yeah.
to the next.
I mean,
Right.
what we waiting on?
Right.
What we
What
holding
we,
on
you're right.
to?
You're
I
right.
mean, especially if it wasn't a guy that I like, if I was in, when I did learn what love was and during for that moment in time and you know, experience that, I wasn't so eager to move on, but that's when that relationship was different. But a lot of those other ones, it just was, oh yeah, we talk on the phone, we might hold hands or
Mhm.
kiss or something, but wasn't nothing too deep. So And I have people that I know that they've been in relationships like a girl, even my best friend too. But I know people that have been with their mates, significant others for my best friend has been with her husband since she was, because he's older. She was in 11th grade.
Mm.
And then I know a girl who same 11th grade. And I'm like, more power to y'all. That wasn't my story. That wasn't meant for me. And I'm glad it wasn't meant for me because honestly, I don't know. It's that relationship I know for sure is an ever changing one because everybody gets older with age, you change, experiences, you change.
Mhm.
So I know those relationships definitely had their trials and victories, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, everybody get their lessons differently. It
Mhm.
wasn't meant for me to get my lesson like that. And I ain't mad at it, because, yeah, when you invest, I feel like, especially so young, when you invest all your time into one person like that, it's just like you don't have an identity outside of that
Yeah, it's
person.
kind of based in that person or that relationship.
And you
Yeah,
don't know nothing else. Yeah. I'm I'm glad to be, uh,
on the journey you're on.
yes, and a woman that's been known.
Okay. Well, for me personally, there's a few things I've had to unlearn that just come to the top of my mind. The first, I think one of the major ones is people pleasing,
Mm-hmm.
because that kind of ties back to parenting, things with my parents. Um, things out seems that I was never good enough. Like I could bring home a 99A. Well, why wasn't it 100? Or things like that. So I've always like tried to overcompensate and please not only the parents but everybody else. Oh, I want to be liked. I want people to like me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care now if you don't like me.
That's good.
Um, that's that's fine. You don't have to, and that's okay.
Right.
Um, learning that rejection is okay. As
Mm.
much as it might hurt you, it's okay because it you never know the trajectory that it might put you on. You thinking this thing is for you, but God, the universe, whomever you subscribe to, had something else for you.
Mm-hmm.
So rejection is okay. I am one that once I get my claws into something or someone, like when it's time for me to take my hands off, you could see my nail prints in them or it. But I'm
Mm.
learning to let go.
Oh wow.
Um, money matters. God. There's a meme that said if I would have knew things was gonna be like this, I would have started saving in kindergarten.
Something.
As I'm getting older, I just have to do better about my money.
Yeah. I'm
Like
working on that too.
I realized that I prayed for this job that I have and I prayed for the salary that I have, but I need to be a little bit more specific in my prayer about saving the money and
Mm-hmm.
not just blowing it because I have it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And but that it's not an excuse anymore
mhm,
because you're grown, but comes from the lack of money management taught to you. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're grown with a child, so it's like it's your time to
Right.
figure it out, so you can teach her better
Hmm.
versus having it to just be a continuous cycle.
And baby, she don't spend nothing. Nothing. Okay. I don't care if it's 10 cents.
Hmm.
She ain't spending her money. She
Oh
gonna
yeah,
spend
but they
mine.
not. I mean, but what about your money? That's the thing, because it's a difference.
She don't
Because
mind spending mine.
oh yeah, well that's not the thing then. You
Hmm.
just because you save your own don't mean you got it down pat. Because
Right.
you spend mine.
Hmm.
Be conscious with mine too.
That's
But
yep.
so no, that's just
And I think one last thing is the pleasure principle. That's what I'm gonna call it.
mhm.
Um, it's okay for me to experience pleasure in those situations because I feel like in the past I wasn't concerned about mine. It just
Okay. What are we speaking of? Adult stuff.
Yeah.
I knew you lying.
Yeah, just recently I realized that a lot of times it wasn't about me.
But that goes back to your people pleasing ways.
Well, thank you for making that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a people pleaser. So,
But I'm tired of that aspect of it specifically.
but you
And
say you're tired of being a
especially,
people pleaser, period. So it's not just that aspect.
well, yeah.
Like you're tired of you want to not be that person.
Mhm.
So you got to speak that for all areas of your
All
life.
areas.
You can't just speak it in specifics because it, again, certain attributes of us sometimes show their place, not just in one thing, but in a lot of things. Like, when you procrastinate or whatever, sometimes that comes out in a lot of areas of your life versus just the one.
You're right. That's more for me to think about.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, those are my that I
Okay, see.
it says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I agree. I'm dealing with that. Not really dealing with that, but I know that's a thing of mine too. The whole rejection
Mhm.
deal. Like, because I don't know. I just have a pre-deceived notion or whatever that people, especially people of the opposite sex, get it confused. Like if I go up to a man and, you know, present, be like, hey, what's up, or da da da,
Shoot your
it's gonna
shot.
shoot my shot. The shot that I don't take,
Mhm.
but yeah, shoot my shot. They're gonna think it's on a sexual level
Mhm.
when it's not always
Nah.
that. So it's like I don't do that because I don't want no man, especially if that's not my intent.
Mhm.
I don't want you to think that. So I feel like if you were interested, you'll come holler if you were
Mhm.
interested. But if you didn't, you weren't interested.
Right.
I'm nobody's, option.
Right.
I'm not an option. I'm a choice. I'm not an option.
Top tier,
Yeah.
creme de la creme,
Yes, all of those things.
USDA.
Yes. Well, you got to watch them. They be injecting stuff,
Well,
and
yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I'm yes, I'm top tier definitely. So I can't do that.
Well, that's all I have.
That's all you have.
Mhm.
All right. So I feel like all my questions are always adult. I need to start asking some questions like how you ask. Like you ask about life stuff. I feel like I always ask about the risque things.
Okay.
Okay, so it has some parts to it, I think, but it's how I like to interview you.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is nudes. How do you feel about them? Do you find them uh are you pleased when you receive them, or you prefer to ask for them? Do you find it weird if you receive it first? Do you send them? Do you keep them? Um, Even if you're not even dealing with that person, do you hold on to them and put them in a safe place for keeping?
So unsolicited is not cool.
Okay, does it matter if it's from somebody you like?
Even if it's somebody I like, I don't just wait till I ask.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm not really going to ask. Like I feel like if I reciprocity, if I send you one, it should be understood that you're going to send me one.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't need to see that.
That's
not a.
I like that
that's
in person.
Nothing for me. In
like
person, fine, but
yeah.
Digitally, no. I don't. If I like the person, I don't mind sending them. I'm gonna give you my best shot, my best angles, all the things. What else did you say?
I said, do you send them? Okay, so
do I keep them?
Do you
yes,
keep them?
Absolutely. If I don't like the person, I'm going to share. And that's probably not good because
okay, wait. What you mean not like them?
Like if I'm not like feeling them, if it was unsolicited and I'm not really feeling you on that level, I'm be like, girl, look what he sent.
Or what about like if I don't like you, um, what I was about to say? Not like you, like if you said feeling you. Okay, so if I don't like you anymore, what do you do with those?
Still gonna keep it.
But are you going to show them?
I might show. If it has a face involved, I'm not gonna show.
Okay, yeah.
Just that's why I don't include my face unless like we're like boyfriend and girlfriend. Then I probably have a face, but just a situationship or something like that,
Hmm.
no face involved because you can't prove that's me.
Right. Do you ask them to send butt? No butt.
Like a butt pic.
I don't know. I'm just asking. This
I'm
is just
not
a question.
interested in. You know what? I'm lying. I like a nice butt, but
Okay.
I don't need to see a picture of it.
Okay.
I like to see the butt in person or
Mm-hmm.
in a nice pair of jeans or a nice pair of sweatpants.
Mm-hmm.
I like a nice butt.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Um. Yeah. That's all I got for.
Okay, I won't share anymore. That person said don't share.
Okay. So sending them. I mean, I haven't sent them in a while.
I haven't
Yeah, it's
either.
been a long
It's
time,
been a
long
long
time.
time.
But sending them, yes. Unsolicited, I agree that no, no, not even if I liked past tense, because I had a guy who I had kind of just like, nah, I ain't dealing with you no more, like, and kind of
Hmm.
drew him out, like a line in the sand.
Hmm.
But I had lined in the sand his ass. I had lined in the sand his ass. So he sent me a picture and I had a fit because I'm like, first of all, me and you don't even get down like that no more. Like, why would you think that this is okay? You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like, I give that all to you. Like, what that's how I felt about it. And I'm like, that's mad disrespectful.
Hmm.
So, he felt the way, well, no, no, I didn't ask you for
And just
that.
out
So
of the
why would you
blue.
out of the blue, child?
Yeah.
Out of the blue. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, I find that disgusting from
Hmm.
somebody I don't like either anymore or, don't like in that type of way at all. Just unsolicited period
Excuse me.
is just not okay. No, I don't hold on to them.
You delete immediately.
Uh I might forget. I
Hmm.
might forget to do it, but if I run across it, I'm deleting it
Okay.
or whatever. Because I didn't know that the iPhone had a hide photo button.
Yeah, but I saw that, but I feel like when I went to look at how they were still showing, so that didn't make any sense to
I
me.
know I found out, but you got to put like a code in or something like that.
That must be something new then.
Yeah, but they have a hide photo
Hmm.
button. So, like, you can put your pictures in there because I'm always like, I'm like this, right? And I'm never one to do like this. I'm never
Me
one
either.
to guard my
Me
phone.
either.
So I feel like people may see that. And I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, crap. Like, I remember one time having a picture and I'm in church scrolling and I'm like, oh, Lord, I hope nobody behind me was looking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I
One
always
time I was
delete
at
it.
Macy's school and I was looking at somebody had just sent me one and I'm sitting in the carpool line and the teacher walks up to the door and she's like, I was like, oh my God, I hope she didn't see it. And this is a private Christian school. I was like,
If you don't stop saying that about this school.
I hope that lady didn't see that.
Well, yeah, but yeah. So I don't keep them. I I don't know what anybody I've sent it to does with mine, but I don't. I'm like, if I don't keep yours, you shouldn't keep mine. But you can't
Can't
tell people
control.
what to do with their phone once you send it, so don't send it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I
You know what
ask?
else? I don't really like to be asked, "Hey, send me a picture." I don't
I
like
mean,
that.
but if you ask me for a picture, I'm gonna send you a picture of my face. I'm not. You're gonna have
Well, I
to
mean,
say
if
specifically.
they
Yeah.
specifically ask for that. I don't really like that. Like, let me be like, if I'm feeling myself, like I'm getting dressed or whatever, I'm ovulating and I'm feeling good about myself, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take this picture. And I'm gonna
I
send
don't
you some.
mind. I don't mind being asked because closed mouth don't get fed. Because you may never be in the mood to do all of this zhuzh and feel yourself, and you might never send them,
Yeah.
and I gonna never get them. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind you asking, and it's just to me, it's just up to me at that point to say, nigga, no, or I got you. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, yeah, I want you to ask.
Mhm.
Ask me.
Mm.
Ask me. What else? No, I don't want no butt pic.
Mm.
I don't want a butt pic at all. Like not a butt. I mean, no straight man should be sending no butthole.
Okay.
But
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I'm
You
just saying.
blocked so
Yeah.
you get
So
blocked.
yeah. So and then a lot of times men will shave the front, but they don't shave the back. Men have all guys that have all this shaved and got a they got a baboon's ass. Girl, that'd be so funny. Like
That's
a
funny.
hairy butt, but all the front is shaved. But you did what you're supposed to do, fam. Ain't nobody back there no
Yeah,
way.
you're
So
right. You're right.
you know,
That's all you worried
it
about.
is what it is. You did your job. Your job. You did it. So what else? What else? What else? I don't no, I don't share with people's stuff. And I definitely don't put my face in it. Like, no indeed. I don't care if we all together or
Mhm.
been together. Now if it was like a video or something like that
I was
that my
about to
face
say.
is
So,
in.
what about videos? Have you made? Are you interested in making? I mean, and generally speaking, how do you feel about videos of y'all together?
Yes, I made a video or two.
Ah, same.
So yeah, I've done that. I've been the one to keep them, or but even the ones that I haven't kept is really no faces. Like I remember one time I was like, oh Lord, I probably could put this on Pornhub Community. You know what I'm saying? Like if my face ain't in here and get that little guap, get that
Hey,
little money.
hey.
But I've never done it. But yeah, so I don't mind uh video or whatever, but yeah, I don't want my face all up in it. I just don't want to see. I don't want to see me
No,
looking
me either. Looking
crazy.
exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
looking crazy.
I
So
always say that if I could do stuff anonymously, I would. I would.
well, why couldn't you do it anonymously? What you mean?
I just don't really know how. I guess.
Well, if you look on the site, I mean, I'm just telling you if you're interested. The sites have the information.
Okay,
You
so
just
but what if
gotta.
I was to do the OF, right? And I wanted to do it anonymously, then how would I promote it? I
Now you're
can't.
doing too much. You wanna.
How you gonna get people to subscribe if you don't promote it?
Well, I mean, first of all, you heard about the lady that just got fired, but she really didn't get. Okay, there was a teacher. Her and her husband were on OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently, some kids at the school found it.
See?
And the problem was, the problem was not that her and her husband had an OnlyFans. They had recorded some videos in the classroom. Both of them were teachers at that
Well, I
particular
would say
school.
that's wrong.
Yeah, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
said too, and that's what Charlamagne said because it was on Breakfast Club. Like, if you wouldn't have used school grounds,
Mm-hmm.
what you do on your off time because you
Right.
feel like you're not being paid enough is your business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can't like as long as I ain't. If I work at Popeye, as long as I ain't selling y'all chicken, but chicken sandwiches, if I'm slinging them hoes out of there, y'all can't tell me nothing.
Right.
As long as I'm not doing it out of Popeyes. But yeah, so they got fired for that and tried to make a statement. Poor thing. She was reading her statement. It sounded like she was reading a ransom note. I'm like, niece, you don't have to keep looking up and down like that.
She
Like
was
I said,
nervous.
she had to be nervous because girl, I
Oh.
was like, pay the money, pay the money, pay the money, free her, pay the money, love, because sis is
That's
like I
funny.
said, sis is reading this paper like she's reading a note and can't see this, don't understand the script or whatever. It just is really bad. But anyway, yeah. So I'm not sure how that would go. Uh it might have to be some type of um adult only type of like maybe on like a Twitter because you see that kind of stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, but
But you would have to
they
do
say
it from a
Twitter is dying.
yeah, I heard Twitter dying. It would definitely have to be from a fake page or like if you made an alias page for that particular page.
Okay.
Excuse me. And of course, don't link it to you in
Mhm.
any type of way. It could work. I
Mhm.
mean, there's ways around. There are ways around everything. So there's a way to get that done if that's what you wanted. But yeah, I'd be nervous too about stuff like that. So I just don't do it. It ain't the case that you don't think about it. I just don't do it.
And honestly, if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't care.
Hmm.
But you can't. I don't want to embarrass her.
Oh yeah, one of her friends
Uh
find
huh.
you OF. That'll be pretty traumatic. That's like how little Scrappy was talking about his mama was traumatic for him. That
Mommy
his
D.
mama, yeah, Mama D. No, Mama D didn't have OnlyFans. Mama D, when he was younger, um, she was a pimp or a madam of some sort. So
Hmm.
she was running hoes out of the house that they stayed in.
Hmm.
She was running drugs out of the house that they
And
stayed
his
in.
friends found out.
He was little, so he used to have to sleep in the bed with her because they had just all
Okay.
kind of stuff. So ain't no telling what his friends found out. Of
Hmm.
course, his friends in the hood, hell yeah, your friends gonna find out if your mama a pimp
She was in
or if she a
survival
drug
mode.
dealer, you know. So, child, that's yeah. I guess that's the thing that people go through. But do you have any closing thoughts for the week?
Closing thoughts. Are we ready for these low vibrational plates this
I'm
week? Cause I am like, I saw a
coming and get
meme.
some of that stuff from Chicken Kitchen. I
I'll
told
put
you.
you a little bit on the side.
Give me a little dressing.
I saw a meme that said I might not eat nothing this week so I can indulge
Mm.
as much as I want to. Like seriously, like I'm so excited about this. Yeah, and but you know what? I have a love-hate relationship with the holidays.
Yeah.
It's a kind of I love the holidays and the idea of family and all these things, but I'm
Hmm.
usually by myself. So
Which I told you, I'll come hang out with you, and I'll find out, cause well yeah, I'll find out. I'll talk to you more about it. But yeah, I will come hang out with you.
but other than that, I'm ready to eat. What's on my menu? I got I'm gonna do a pork roast.
That's good.
I have
You making
seafood.
gravy, or you
I
gonna
don't
just
know.
use the juice
Just use
from?
the juices, I think.
Yeah.
I got seafood dressing, candied yams, or sweet potatoes, whatever you call it. Mac and cheese, pepper balls, cornbread, peach cobbler,
Mm.
a little ice cream on top. I think that's it.
That all sounds low vibrational.
Mm, the lowest of the low.
It sounds very low vibrational. I like it. That's so stupid though. I hate that.
That is
We
that.
even that was
The only part I got from that was the I took from that is that you don't have to take what people put on your plate. You don't have to take what people give you.
yeah.
That's the only thing I got from that little clip. Other than that,
Yeah, but I felt like she was being rude. And
yeah.
it's like you broke bitches with money always
Hmm.
wanna go extra. Like, come on. Like you were there. You were there.
Mm-hmm.
You were there. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can say that in a better way than what you said it to make her feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This food good. Shit. They put it on my plate and I'm eating it.
Right.
And like I said, I get, the concept that you saw it from, but like don't do that to people. Don't make people feel any kind of way about,
What you got?
my thoughts for the week. Uh, Regardless to what's going on in your environment, make sure you take time to smell the roses. You got to make time just to do that, just to know that your feet are still on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
your head is still up. You know what I'm saying? And take a deep breath in, knowing that you're still alive and present, even though sometimes things can overtake you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let them overtake you for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So, continuously, be thankful, breathe in and breathe out. Because sometimes I think like, yeah, I'm glad I get to, regardless of if it's raining outside, I'm still gonna move around
Oh, yeah.
because I have the ability to.
Yes.
And rain shouldn't stop you from, even when you think about it metaphorically,
Right.
rain should not stop you, or just a little downpour or just a little dark day
Doesn't
shouldn't
last.
stop you from getting out and being your best self,
Mhm.
because it doesn't last all the time, and you can get through it if you just put them shoes on.
Molly Music has a song, Walking Shoes or something.
Okay.
I like that song because it's just saying just one foot in front of the other. Just take your time, focus on what's ahead, what's right in
Yeah,
front of
sometimes you
you.
gotta have tunnel
Yeah,
vision,
you ain't
because
gotta worry about what might not even happen. Don't worry about it.
right. And if it did happen, when it happened,
Well,
did it happen today? Because if not, I'm focusing on what's going on right now,
yeah.
what's in front of me, what I can control. Anything else, can't do nothing about it,
Yep.
So thank you guys for tuning in to the Trendy Not Trendy podcast. We are we record on Saturdays, which we about to start kind of deleting some of these videos if we can. But we record on Saturdays, but we post to our streaming platforms. Yeah, our streaming platforms, podcast platforms on Mondays. So please, 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 even if you've watched us here on YouTube or on Instagram, please go and get your friends to go on the either iPod, no, I'm sorry, what is it?
Anchor.
Anchor or
Apple.
Apple, yes, Apple iPod. No, Apple Podcasts. I say iPod. It is an Apple iPod, but it's Apple Podcasts. So either one of those sites.
Like,
Oh,
share, comment.
yes. And if you can't, or if you don't use any of those, you can be on, did I say Spotify? I think we
You
said
did.
Anchor on
Anchor.
Spotify. So Anchor, Spotify, and Apple. And if there's something else that you listen to, let us know and we can put it on there too. Um, we just were on ones that we use. So until next time, guys, y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's
Thank
your
you.
your your baby daddy. So you don't share.
Mm-mm.